I can't even begin to tell you how many segments I have done laying out Attorney General Pam Bondi's many failures. And every time, of course, she has a new failure, we do a new segment on it, right? But at this point, I have said that she is the biggest failure of this administration more times than I can even count. But I'm not the only one who thinks this. Because apparently, according to a new report from the Wall Street Journal, Donald Trump also thinks that. And as the Journal reported, he is raging quietly, privately, in public to his staff about how much he hates this miserable failure of an attorney general that he himself put in power. More in just a second, but first, a word from today's video sponsor. Let me pause for a second because this actually helps you cut through a lot of the corporate media nonsense we deal with every day. One of the biggest problems with political media isn't just bias. It's that the same stories get framed completely differently depending on who owns the outlet and what narrative they're pushing. Ground News is a website and app that makes that really easy to see. It pulls together coverage of the same story from across the political spectrum and shows you visually who's covering it, how those outlets lean politically, how reliable they are, and who owns them. What I personally find most useful is being able to compare headlines side by side. You're looking at the same underlying facts, but you can immediately see how different outlets emphasize different narratives and how corporate incentives shape that coverage. Ground News also has a blind spot feed, which highlights important stories that are being underreported by one side of the political spectrum. A lot of issues never break through simply because they don't fit a preferred narrative, and this helps expose that. You can also personalize your feed by interest so you're not just fed whatever outrage story is trending that day. If you want to check it out, go to ground.news/Farron or scan my QR code. Using my link gets you 40% off the Ground News Vantage plan, and you can also gift a subscription directly through Ground News. I genuinely recommend it if you want to stay informed without being steered by corporate media framing. Donald Trump's anger towards Attorney General Pam Bondi is not the same type of anger that the rest of us feel towards her, right? We're mad that she is abusing power. We're mad that she has made a mockery of justice. We're mad that she is still hiding the Epstein files from all of us, even though she's almost 4 weeks past the deadline now. It has released less than 1% of them. We're mad about all of the cover-ups and the abuse of power. Trump, on the other hand, as the Wall Street Journal points out, is mad that she's such a failure. Here's what they wrote. Chief among his grievances is what he sees as Bondi's failure to quickly and effectively prosecute the investigators who had pursued him for years, including former FBI Director James Comey and New York Democratic Attorney General Letitia James. The officials and others familiar with his complaints told the Wall Street Journal. Both criminal cases were dismissed in November by a judge who said the Trump aide who secured the indictment had been improperly appointed to her post. Trump has wanted to see the cases continue quickly. Trump has also complained frequently that Bondi's handling of the Federal Bureau of Investigation's files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has created months of political and personal headaches for him, officials familiar with the complaints said. When White House Chief of Staff Susie Wiles told Vanity Fair that Bondi whiffed on her handling of the files, Trump told staff that he agreed with Wiles, according to two officials. I mean, whiffed is kind of a strong word. Listen, I'm going to play devil's advocate a bit here. I'm going to go to bat for Pam Bondi, okay? Not that I like her, not that I want her to be successful, but let's look at things from her perspective, okay? You're in over your head. You're grotesquely incompetent. You don't know what you're even doing. So already you're failing. You're going to fail at everything if you have those three qualities, right? But then, with all of your incompetence, you're also given an impossible task. Like, you may as well be asking Pam Bondi to, without using any books or the internet, figure out string theory, okay? Figure out quantum mechanics. It's the same thing. She would have the same success rate doing that as she has with prosecuting Donald Trump's political enemies because they didn't commit any crimes. Whether you like these people, hate these people, doesn't matter. Your personal opinions of them aside, they didn't break the law. So when somebody doesn't break the law, you can't prosecute them. Again, you may as well be asking her to figure out time travel, because that's just as an impossible task as prosecuting people who are basically living their lives by the letter of the law. So Trump is mad that she is not able to figure out time travel. Trump is upset that she has not figured it out quicker. But it doesn't matter who he puts in this position once he eventually fires her, and he will. They're going to meet the same fate. Hell, you could put in the best attorneys in this country, the best prosecutors, and they're going to fail too. Because you can't prosecute somebody that didn't break the law no matter how much you wanted them to break the law. And Trump is finding that out the hard way, except he's not learning that lesson because he genuinely believes these people did break the law. So for the next, 3 years now, we're going to watch this charade continue. And yes, it's going to be a threat to democracy with Trump going after his political enemies, but it's also going to be hilarious to watch the next attorney general, and maybe even the next one, continue to fail, continue to piss him off, and continue to get fired because he has given them the impossible task. Thanks for watching, and if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do so, and do not forget to like and comment and share widely among your friends.